Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about why I fell in love with investing, why I fell in love with money, and why I knew I would be successful in finance. And the main reason is consistency. I'm just going to come out the gate and tell you right away that when it comes to dividend investing, stock market investing, I just knew by listening to these YouTubers and understanding exactly what was going on, I just figured if I was consistent in my approach, if I just followed these steps, I researched and researched and researched tons of videos, tons of stocks, did a tons of analysis, and all throughout college, all 4 years, I was able to gather this data. In year 5 after graduating college, I finally started to understand a little bit more, and by year 6, I was solidified in my approach. I understood that I wanted to be a dividend growth stock market investor. And for all of you who don't know what that is, watch some of my previous videos and you'll understand exactly what a dividend growth stock market investor is and why that is my #1 strategy and why I believe it's the best strategy for any stock market investor today. With that being said, it also applies to the real estate sector. Now, when I was a mortgage lender, I was looking at a lot of history, a lot of the data, a lot of the details, and I said, what are people doing that they're so broke so that I can do the exact opposite? And one thing that I found out was that the average person buys a home and either refinances or sells it within 5 to 7 years. And I said, okay, I understand why they do that. The first reason is, one, the financial reason is you've built up enough equity to where you have about 20% to 30% equity in the home, including the down payment that you put down. And the average person puts down 6 to 7% of a down payment. So to get to 20 to 30% in roughly 7 years is not hard when you already have a 6% cushion to go off of. You're basically building 24% of that in a 7-year period of time. All right. And so when you grab that 30% of your equity, let's say you have a $100,000 house, you put $6,000 down as the down payment, not including closing costs. And now you're leaving that house with $24,000, not including the costs for your seller's agent and the buyer's agent or whatever may be in between there, right? And any costs for repairs. So let's say you're leaving that situation and you still have $16,000. That's $10,000 more than you had before, and now you're looking to buy a home that costs $200,000. And yes, I'm saying you had zero appreciation over the years, and now you're just looking to buy a home that costs $200,000. You have $16,000. The only thing that benefited you was that you got a better job, a better higher paying salary, and now you want to use this down payment and roll that over into that $200,000 house. All right, that is what the average person is going to do. And another thing that I realized over time, this is just through life experience, is why people tend to move. The first thing people do is they go ahead and buy a starter home. Okay, you want that starter home so that you can start to live that American dream. You can start to build equity. All right, the second reason people are going to move is for 2 reasons actually, either for their neighborhood or for their children. Right? They want to be closer to schools and closer to certain communities. This is going to help individuals still get to work on time, but also drop their children off so that they can do whatever it is that they need to do. Understood and understandable. Being closer to what is convenient to you is really what life is about, right? You want to be comfortable in everything that we do. And some people are not happy with traveling in order to achieve financial freedom. And so what's the next reason that people are going to move? The next reason may be for a better neighborhood, as I stated earlier, or now for that bigger home, right? You're now outgrowing it because the children are getting older and you want to move again. All right, now the children get out of the house. The next reason that people want to move is for what? It's because now the children are out of the house, they want to downsize. And so now they're downsizing, right, getting into that retirement age. And so you see what happens there, right? You start with the starter home, now you move for the neighborhood and community, then you move for the bigger house because you want it all, and then you downsize, right? So within a 5 to 7 year span, that's roughly 20 to 24 years of moving, never really fully paying off a home, paying off a mortgage, and that's why a mortgage is called a death note, right? And in France, I believe, is like a death pledge that you will sign away your life to the loan because it is not really meant to be paid off. And you're going to have mortgage lenders, you're going to have all types of people calling you, contacting you to sell so that you can do what? Rent and rent to them, which makes no sense. You're going to have people call to sell, offering you cash because you may not be able to make the repairs on the house. And if that's the case, they might be doing you a favor because if you can't make the repairs, you can't afford to live in your own home, which is unfortunate, but that is the reality for some people. And then lastly, you're going to have mortgage lenders reach out to you telling you to refinance. Use that equity to pay off some of that credit card debt that you started to build up, those car loans that are of a higher interest rate than the 4 or 5% that you could be paying on it, or to even sell your home so that they can help you buy a bigger and newer one, right? And so you have all these forces at play kind of molding you or directing you to spend money, get into more debt, and essentially, you know, it is not necessarily in your best interest in terms of financial freedom. And so that is what I've seen throughout our society. And I've decided to be the opposite of that, right? Because that's not consistency. That's sporadic in nature. And most people don't really understand why it is that they do what they do. But I can tell you one thing. Even though my childhood wasn't glitz and glamour, it was consistent. When I went home, I knew exactly where I was going. I didn't have to wonder if I was going to be leaving or moving somewhere else for the day or for the week or for the year, if I was going to be traveling. I actually need to interview a couple of Army or military brats, kids, because I want to know what it's like to have to travel consistently, constantly, all the time, and go to new places and discover new environments, new school systems, new friends, not necessarily having an established environment for yourself. I really wonder what it was like for these children growing up and now adults, right? How did you build connections? How did you, adapt to your situation? And so obviously, moving every 5 to 7 years is not going to destabilize a child the way a military family might have to uproot themselves. But I just appreciated the fact that I had that stableness to myself, that consistent environment for myself, that I can learn my community and understand those around me and understand how life works, especially in a melting pot like New York City. So I had a variety of personalities, a variety of experiences all around me that helped to mold me and start to understand the characteristics of certain people. And so I absolutely believe that financial freedom can come, but it takes discipline, it takes delaying gratification, and it takes consistency. That's why I'm consistent with the YouTube. I'm consistent with the real estate. I'm consistent with the stock market. I'm consistent with the work. I'm consistent with the fitness. I'm consistent with the family dynamic. And that's all because I understand what I want out of life. I understand what I need out of life in order to achieve the goals that I've set for myself. I don't have dreams, I only have goals. Dreams are sometimes not obtainable, but goals are always obtainable with hard work and consistency. And so that's why I absolutely love investing. That's why I continue to invest in the future, because I believe that I will live to see the future and I believe in myself and what I am capable of. If you believe in yourself, then you should have absolutely no problem investing in yourself, investing in your future, getting out of debt, paying off things, and disassociating yourself from the average and becoming more of the exception, right? And so if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, let me know what it is that you want me to talk about next. Subscribe to the channel because I do post that every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify for podcasters. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.